You want to make your title looks like a real Hollywood intro? In this video, I'm going to show you how to create this cinematic title in Adobe After Effects step by step. Just no plugin needed. Let's jump right in. First, I'm going to create the new composition. So you came here for this new composition, and then about this preset, I'm going to use this full HD with 25 frame rate per second. Okay, so about the composition name, let me call it like main text. All right, so and then about this duration, I will give it like 20 seconds. Okay, the background color will be black. So now you press OK. Now you see the composition is already created. So now the things I'm going to do, and I'm going to create text. So you come here for this T, and then you type your text, any text you want. So let me type like cinematic in this way. Yeah, cinematic. All right, so now you come here for this selective tool. Guys, you make sure you put this text on the center of your composition. Here on this character, you can increase the size of this text here, something like this. Okay, and then make sure this anchor point is on the middle of this clip, so you can use this pan behind. Okay, so to put this anchor point on the center of this text. After typing your text, guys, click here on this text layer, right click on it, and then you come here for this layer style, and then you choose this gradient overlay. So you will see these gradient overlay settings. So now you open up this gradient overlay, something like this, and then you come here for this edit gradient. So, and I'm going to add like colors on this text. Okay, so let me just add like color here, white and black, white and gray, yeah, something like that. You see, guys, what is happening. Okay, so let me just use this one. All right, so guys, now you see how it is, but here I can add like a small another white. Okay, like these guys. Okay, let me add white, something like this. Yeah, this is looks good. So now after adding this color, now the things you have to do, you just close this text like this, and then you open it again. So now you came here for this animation. I'm going to choose my animation, guys. Now you click here for this animation, and then you choose tracking. Okay, after getting tracking, guys, here now I receive this animation one. I'm going to use this tracking amount. Okay, so you see about this tracking amount, how it is going. Guys, before you animate this tracking amount, you have to come here on this paragraph, and then you make sure it is on the center text, guys. So when you choose like left align, something like this, now when you try to animate, you see your animation, it will be starting on one side. Okay, so that reason why you have to choose this center align text. All right, and so now you bring this boolean here at the beginning of your timeline. Okay, so and I have to started my text looks like this, guys. Okay, then I have to add the keyframe. So and I'm going to use like 5 seconds. Okay, so and then I have to jump like a few frames. So now let me stop it by here on this 5 second. So now and I extend my cinematic text like this. Okay, guys, so and when I pray, now you see what is happening to this text, guys. So either if you want, you can just let me just put it closer, something like this. Yeah, this is nice too, and then this is what you get on this text. Okay, this is how my animation it is, guys. Okay, so if it is if this animation is going slow, you can just decrease the space between those two keyframes. Okay, you see, guys, something like this. When you animate like this, guys, now you see what is happening. Okay, Yeah, this is nice. And I'm going to add another keyframe here, like on these 6 seconds, okay? I just increase like small little bit like this, guys, okay? Now this is nice. So now when you pray, you see what is happening. All right, so after animating, guys, now, and I'm going to select this keyframe. You right click on it and then come here on this keyframe assistant. You click here, easy, okay? Or you can choose this shift plus F9, all right? And then now you play, you see what is going on. This is looks good. Okay, so I'm going to close this layer, okay? So and I'm going to duplicate in order to create like fake 3D, okay? So now click on this layer and then Control plus D on your keyboard to duplicate. So now click on this bottom layer and then you open up. Click on this bottom layer and then press S on your keyboard. So now you see here I have like 100 scale. So let me just mute this icon. So let me just add like 97. You see what I get on my text. So and I'm going to change the color of this second text. So, okay, so now you open up this text and then open up this layer style, this gradient overlay, and then you come here for this gradient edit, okay? So here, and I'm going to add like white here too, okay? You press okay. Now you see what is happening. I'm receiving like 3D, like fake 3D on this text, okay? So let me just add another color here. So let me add the black one here. So let me add white here too. White here and black here, guys, okay? So now you see what this text is looking like. Yeah, this is so nice. It is in a 3D look. All right. So and now you close this layer, something like this, and I'm going to enable 3D and motion blur. So when you don't see that motion blur and 3D icon, you have to click here on this toggle switch. Now you will see this motion blur and 3D icons, guys, okay? Guys, and you have to make sure your composition it is in classic 3D. For example, you came here on this composition and then you choose this composition setting, and then on this 3D rendering, you have to make sure it is in classic 3D, okay? As normal one, all right? So and now you see how my cinematic text it is looking. Yeah, this is much better. And then you have to make sure this motion blur is enabled, okay? So and I'm going to add my videos like lens flyer, something like this, okay? So now let me open up my videos. So let me just add in the background like this one. You have to put down on this text layer. Click S for scaling in order to fit it well on this frame or something like this. And then when you pray, you see what it is happening to this background. Yeah, this is looks nice. And then let me just add like these lens flares, okay, here too. So let me put it here on the top of this text, something like this. So about my lens flares, you see how it is looking. Yeah, this is my lens flares, but it is on the black background. That reason why you have to click here on this toggle switch when you don't see normal here. So click on this toggle switch and then you click on normal, then you choose add, okay? So now you see how it is looking, okay? So when you play your text, now you see what it is happening to this text. So I'm just waiting for my lens flares, guys, please come on, okay? So this is how my lens flares is coming, but it is too far. I can just move it in the front, yes, something like this. So when you pray, you see what it is happening to this text. This is looks nice. And then I can just press P for position, yes, to put it up, yeah, to put it up something like this, guys. Yeah, this is to it looks much better. Okay, and I increase the scale something like this. Yeah, now this is looks good. Okay, and if I just want, and then this is looks nice, and let me just add another video about like firecrackers. Yeah, something like that. Okay, is this one, and I have to put it on the top of this text too. Okay, now you see how this video it is looking, and then also you have to click here on no more change into add. Okay, now you see what it is happening, but here I have to decrease the opacity of this video. Okay, so I have to decrease something like this, guys. Yeah, this is nice. Now you see what it is happening. All right, okay, this is much better, guys. Okay, so and I'm going to add like an opacity here on this text. Okay, so let me just jump like a few frames. Okay, opacity here, guys. Let me just open up opacity here. Yes, I have to add keyframe here on this opacity, and then you come here at the beginning where it is starting. So now you have to add opacity on 0, guys. Okay, all right, now you see what it is happening, guys. So now you close this layer, and I'm going to add like cinematic bars here on the top and bottom, and like a small curve and then small color grading. So now create a new solid here on create a new solid here. Yeah, okay, and then make sure it is black. So let me call it like bars. Okay, something like this, and then you press OK. Make sure it is on the top of these layers. Okay, and then you have to come here on this rectangle, double click here on it. Now you will see these points. Okay, so now you have to select those 2 points. Okay, then you have to move down by holding Control. All right, and then you select those 2 bottom points, and then you hold the Control and then move it up something like this. Okay, then you make sure it is on straight line as well as possible, and then after arranging this point, and then you click here on this invert. Now you will see there is cinematic bars here on the top. Okay, and then guys, if you want, you can just make it big as possible. Yeah, okay, something like this, guys. Okay, yeah, this is looks good. Yeah, this is much better, guys. So now close these bars, and I'm going to add like color grading here, guys. Okay, so now just create an adjustment layer, right click here on it, new, and then go on adjustment layer, but put this adjustment layer on the bottom of these cinematic bars. Okay, so now go here on effect, and then you choose color correction. Here I'm going to use curves only. Okay, so about these curves, make sure it is on RGB. Okay, let me use this white, okay, shadow, something like this. About the red, let me just add like a small green. Okay, by using this red, so something like this, guys. Now you see what it is happening. Okay, a small green like this one. Okay, guys, so now you see how my text it is looking, guys. This is looks good, guys. Then this is how you can create this cinematic text inside Adobe After Effects. All right, so now you got the professional cinematic text. If you found this video helpful, please drop down the comment down below. Let me know what the kind of movie intro you want next, and I will see you in next video. Peace.